Hey guys, welcome to today's reading. This is your March forecast. So we're going to see what is going on in the month of March for you, what you can expect, what you should be aware of. We're going to get into all of it. And today we have a selection of fruits for you to choose from. So I'm going to show you what they each look like up close, but I'm also going to show you the numbers really quick. So this is pile number 1. Then we have pile 2. Pile 3 and pile 4. I also want to mention that I do have my Patreon with a ton of additional readings. So I just posted a reading all about what is the purpose of this connection. If you need clarity on a certain relationship you're in and why it happens, or what the lesson is or what the purpose is of that, that's a great one to watch. Before that, I posted one all about where you'll be in 4 years time, and also messages from your inner child. But you guys also suggest and vote on new readings that get posted over there. You'll get access to over 75 exclusive readings you'll only find on Patreon as soon as you sign up, and you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. So there's a lot to be gone through over there. If you're interested in joining, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. So let me show you what each of these look like up close. So this is pile number 1, these beautiful purple grapes. And then we have pile number 2, this lovely looking orange. I love the leaf on top and all the texture of the orange peel. Then we have this pear, nice and juicy looking. And finally, we have pile number 4, the apple, and this one has the leaf on it as well as the stem. I also want to mention that I do private readings. So if you have a specific question you're really wanting to know the answer to, something that you really want specific clarity about, that's a great reading to book. You can also just have an open channeling session where I convene with your guides, talk to spirits on the other side, and kind of see what you need to know. But however you want your session to go, whether you want it to have tarot, astrology, channeling, or a mix of all three, you can book a session at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and I would love to do a reading for you. So that's about all I have to say, guys. If you need more time to decide, you can totally feel free to rewind, pause, and take as much time as you need. But we're going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey, pile number 1. So if you pick these purple grapes, this is going to be your reading. So we are going to do a live shuffle again today, like we've been doing the past few readings. So let's see what the cards have to say for pile 1. What is going to be happening for pile 1 in the month of March? So we have the 3 of Wands, the Princess of Swords, okay, 2 of Cups, Temperance, let's see, 10 of Wands, and let's get one final card to lead off the reading. Okay, that was way too many. Not 3 more cards, Spirit, just 1 more card for pile number 1 for the month of March. Ace of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, so that is coming out underneath the 2 of Cups. And those are both strong romance cards. So if you guys are wanting to manifest a relationship, start a relationship, date someone new, if you've been single, this could be a really beautiful month for you to find a connection or deepen a connection, deepen an already existing connection. This could be a really beautiful time for you to like date, put yourself out there. I feel like some of you guys might even be just talking to someone, but it's like the connection is there, the feelings are there. This could even be long distance with the 3 of Wands coming out. For some of you guys with the 3 of Wands as well, there is that energy of travel or even making a move or planning something. I do feel like there's a good number of people who are just going to be staying put this month, is what I'm getting intuitively. But the 3 of Wands can suggest that you're ready to make some change. You're making plans. You're starting to decide that you want to broaden your horizons or move to some kind of new plane, new experiment. You want to try something new. With the Ten of Wands, you might be feeling really burnt out this month, and there may be a need for a little bit of rest. I am seeing some of you guys get some rest and kind of like re-up on your energy, but there is that very potent love connection that I am feeling for some of you guys. Or maybe this could be like a new friendship, it could be a partnership in business, but it could be someone that you feel really, really close to, and you're very interested in deepening this connection and in learning more about them. I almost feel like for some of you guys, this may be unexpected. This may come out of the blue. If you're already in a relationship, this could be, you know, randomly, suddenly you feel so much closer, or something happens to bring you together with this person and deepen, and you guys have like a really intense discussion about your families, and you talk about things you never shared with anyone before. But I feel like for you, you know, there is this deep connection that really wants to come in, and I'm feeling a message for you not to sweat over it, not for you to like worry about it. Whatever this is, maybe some of you guys are worried about timing, whether it comes in March or not. I feel like there's a message for pile one that this love connection does want to come in and does intend to come in. So if you're worried about someone that isn't doing everything right and there's a few things off, or you're kind of annoyed with certain things but you're kind of overlooking them or whatever, that may not be this connection. This may be your message that like it's good for you to hold out. And I feel like however this is going to unfold, it's going to unfold very easily. Again, if you're not looking for a love connection, if you're in a relationship or you're just completely single and wanting to stay single, this could be a beautiful business partnership. It could be a new friend, a deep friendship, a deepening of an existing relationship of any kind, like a family member, friends, whatever. It even could be like adopting an animal or a pet or something like that. But I feel like for you guys, you are almost like maybe some of you guys who picked pile one, you haven't been putting that much effort into your love sector of your life. Maybe in the past you kind of overlooked that, or, you know, not really put much thought into it. And now you are like definitely going to focus more on your romantic side or your emotional side of things, because with the Temperance card, that can indicate more balance and more equalness in this relationship, less of a unbalanced and being too focused on one thing. Especially combined with the Ten of Wands, you could be making that choice that like, I'm definitely going to, you know, not work as hard, not put as much effort into my career and focus on some other things. I am feeling like there is a need for rest around you guys. The Ten of Wands can definitely speak to that as well. So this month may be a month when you really sleep in, sleep late. If you haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately, you know, this could be your month to catch up on that rest, catch up on sleep a little bit. Because I do feel like you kind of need to, it's almost like I feel like there's been a lot of change for you in the past few months, pile one, and you've been like really going through like some reboots, resets. You've grown a lot, Spirit's acknowledging that, and I really feel like you're going through a major shift. Maybe some of you guys have had like planets change in your progressed chart. I find that whenever a planet shifts into a new house or a new sign in my progressed chart, but especially like houses, or signs as well, I feel that so strongly, and it will completely change that sector of my life. So maybe that's something happening for some of you with your astrology, is like your Venus sign shifted into your, you know, 7th house when it was in your 6th house, and suddenly you want to date all the time, or it shifted into Taurus from Aries and now you're really willing to put that work into date. But I feel like for you guys, there's a major change, major downloads happening for you, major shifts and kind of unravelings of your old self that are turning you into this totally new person. And of course it is going to be a little exhausting when you're going through these intense changes and growing. I always compare it to like a little kid who is growing over the summer, who shoots up like 7 inches in the summer of, 8th grade or something. And they're going to be eating everything in sight. They're going to be having to sleep a lot more. They're going to need their rest and their nutrients. And even though maybe day to day they look like the same person, they are going through this massive transformation that you can notice by the end of the summer, like, wow, you grew 8 inches or something. And for you guys, I feel like you are going through that right now. Like you are really shifting into some kind of new identity, new paradigm, new era in your life, and leaving the old behind. So don't be underestimating this process. I feel like you kind of need to give yourself a pat on the back for all the growth you've done over the past few months. And when it comes to March, you may get a little bit of a period to kind of pause, reset, sleep a little, get your rest in, get your energy back up, because I can tell, or I'm sure that it would be extremely draining, and you probably are feeling a little bit burnt out and need a few lions, as they say in England. They call it a lion when you're like sleeping in on the weekend and not having to wake up at 7 a.m. So that's kind of something I see happening for a lot of you guys. With the Princess of Swords as well, you may have to do some paperwork. You may be communicating a lot. Some of you guys may also feel inspired to write quite a lot. The Princess of Swords corresponds to the Page of Swords in the traditional tarot suit. So for some of you guys, communication, even like I said, filling out paperwork, all those boring details. It could be something like filling out taxes or tax forms, or for my Americans, because I know we're heading into kind of tax season. Or it could be something more creative, like feeling really inspired to write, feeling really inspired to communicate somehow. I also feel like some of you guys are taking a hard look at your finances, or at certain things in your life that you might want to change. Maybe in the past it was kind of like a nebulous concept of like, I really need to change this area, or I need to set a budget, or whatever. And this is the month when you really sit down and start working through it and start actually doing it. So I want to get a couple more cards out of this deck. Spirit, what can you tell us for pile number 1? What is going to be happening for them in the month of March? So we got 5 of Wands, and what is this? The 6 of Wands. Okay, so there could also be an inspiration for you to be more active at the same time. So maybe because you're resting a little bit more, you have more energy as well to like go out and exercise, be active in some way, maybe even doing like a crazy adventurous sport like going skydiving or bungee jumping or something. Obviously not for everyone, but for some of you guys, I feel like you are being kind of compelled to like go out, explore, be more active in things, even something as simple as not just staying at home, but actually going out and meeting up with your friends downtown at like a cool restaurant or at a rooftop bar or something, and kind of being out in the world and trying new things, exploring, putting yourself out there could be a major thing for a lot of you guys. And since you're resting a little bit more, we did get the Strength card. So it could definitely have to do with physical activity, literally like rock climbing, or I'm really feeling like there's some adventurous energy around you, trying new things, going new places. I actually feel like there's a lot of energy around you for this month. So you may have a lot of people wanting to date you, or romantic offers, or fun adventures, like friends texting you and just being like, hey, do you want to take a road trip to this little town nearby? I feel like there's kind of like a spirit of adventure that Spirit wants to really encourage you to seek out and to embrace this month, for you to really allow yourself to kind of get caught up in the world, enjoy things, go and have fun. With the 6 of Wands, even maybe like posting stuff on social media, and the 5 of Wands can definitely be going out in the world, having fun, even like partying or having like fun competitions with friends. It can also be a card of conflict for sure. So it can be a warning that there may be arguments directed your way, needless confrontations or conflicts directed your way. But I do feel like for you guys, this is really about you not even being dissuaded or scared of that. Like if it happens, it happens. But I feel like you are being called to really live your best life and step into what you want. And if people don't like that, too bad. Let me get some of these cards. What is happening for pile number 1 in the month of March? What is happening for pile 1 in the month of March? What is happening for pile 1 in the month of March? Sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. Family tree, expansion, legacy, Archangel Haniel, joy, blessings, intuition. So I'm with the anvil. Again, to me, that's really bringing to my mind that strength, like the strength of a blacksmith back in the day, because he would have to hammer those swords, hammer the metal into place. I really feel like you're being called upon to find your strength in so many ways. Like, I feel like some of you guys have been kind of filtering yourself or showing a different version of yourself, maybe a more sanitized version. Maybe you kind of like, in a social situation would kind of get a lot of anxiety, always try to say the right thing. Maybe in your relationships or in your dating life, you kind of like try to listen to a lot of rules and put your best foot forward and never show too much of yourself or get too vulnerable or, get too invested. There may be an energy of you kind of like keeping yourself at a distance from things. And I really feel like a lot of you guys are being called upon to fully embrace your desires this month. We got the Lord, which corresponds to the Emperor. And I feel like a lot of you guys are being called to have that boldness of the Emperor, which is ruled by Aries, Mars. So for a lot of you guys, this is all about, pushing yourself forward into the things you truly love, the things you truly want, being willing to explore, being willing to push boundaries, putting yourself out there, going for it. We got a lot of want energy throughout this reading, more fire. So I feel like for you, this is like, stop holding yourself back, stop pretending, stop even lying to yourself and saying like, no, I'm happy with blah, blah, blah. I'm happy with a friendship that doesn't serve me or a relationship where I don't feel respected, or I'm happy being single when you're not and you really crave that companionship. And then taking steps to find that out and make that happen and live your life and be invested and alive and realizing that you only get one short life, so you may as well make the most of it. So I feel like that fear energy is dissipating within you and you're really being encouraged to like live your life to the fullest, and not kind of wait for anything to happen or hide away or, I'm hearing that line from like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, where it's like somebody takes a beautiful girl and hides her away from the rest of the world. I almost feel like that's your energy, some of you guys. Maybe you have just been, and there's a lot going on in the world. It seems like it's getting crazier and crazier by the day, right? So I don't blame anyone for feeling that with the crazy collective energies we've all been going through for the past few years, but I feel like you're being encouraged to kind of be brave and to seek out the things you want and to move boldly in the direction of your dreams instead of waiting for something to happen or trying to be patient, but kind of realizing the fleeting nature of time and that it's, we don't have unlimited time on this planet. So I feel like you're going to be a lot more genuine in your relationships. You may have a relationship that moves from 0 to 60 really fast. We got the 2 of Cups over the Ace of Cups. So that could definitely be a relationship that fully blossoms, or a relationship where you're willing to be like totally honest with the person about how you feel. Maybe that's something you guys could be learning, is kind of like that transparency instead of, playing games or worrying too much about what they think of you, but more focusing on your emotions and what you want. I feel like that's something you're really being called to even just think about and prioritize in your own mind. Like, what do I really want? How can I make my life a life I'm really happy with? Okay, so we got currents of emotion, uncontrolled feelings, and family tree. And this one says the healing heart, love, acceptance, romance. And I love that it says the healing heart, because I really do think like love relationships can be very healing. There's definitely that energy of romance that wants to come in, especially if you have been kind of single for a while or blocking that out or not interested in relationships. This may be teaching you that connection with others can really heal us. It can trigger us, but that is healing. And it can, whenever we're triggered, that is pointing to an area where we need healing, where we need to like work on ourselves. Not always, of course, we're not always the problem, but a lot of times we can be like, okay, what is this bringing out in me? Whether it's because I didn't have the right boundaries up with this person and they're the problem, or it's because I've done something wrong or I have certain issues. Let me kind of look into my heart and see what's coming up with this and what I could do different, or what I'm going to kind of do differently in the future. So, I think in that sense, like love relationships, even if they don't work out perfectly, even if they are fleeting, or even if they're not, you end up with that person for the rest of your life or eternity, they can still teach us so much, and we can learn and grow from them, become a better version of ourselves. And I think that's one of the things you guys are encouraged to do, is maybe you've been doing a lot of this spiritual work, maybe you've been working on yourself, but this is really about using the month of March to seek out connections with others and to also just live more present in the moment. Understanding that emotions, feeling things isn't anything to be scared of. I feel like some of you guys, if you do start catching feelings, maybe you kind of get scared off, or maybe you start being like, oh, this is like too much. I don't want to feel this way. But I feel like your guides and spirit are really encouraging you to go for it. And if you do feel strongly, if you do find yourself emotional about someone or really liking them, maybe, pursue it full force. Maybe don't back off or pull yourself away. Maybe let it be whatever it's meant to be. And that's okay. Whatever it ends up as is okay, right? As long as you're not like transferring your life savings to someone or something like that, that's really kind of stupid. Let the relationship develop into how it's supposed to develop. So let's get some cards for pile number 1 from this deck. More tarot. What is happening for pile 1 in March? We got the Page of Swords. Wow. So yeah, double Page of Swords. That's a very strong communicative aspect. I'm getting some of you guys maybe texting someone a lot this month, this new connection, or it could be an ex, someone from your past, but they reach out to you and you start texting them. There's more communication. I just feel like there's an energy of you opening your heart up a lot more. And it's kind of like a door. I just saw a door that was closed and it just opened back up. So I'm seeing that in my mind, like a closed door and someone's like pushing it back open. I feel like it may be something you thought like, oh, whatever, things didn't work out, or maybe an ex or someone and you didn't think they were going to contact you again, and then they come back and reach out. We got the 6 of Swords, by the way, and the 5 of Pentacles. It is the energy for March for pile number 1. We got the Queen of Wands coming out under the Queen of Cups. So we have the 4 of Swords and the 6 of Swords. So definitely get that 4 of Swords vibe, lots of sleep. I really see that strongly around you guys. But we have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Those are definitely the 2 most emotional cards in the zodiac, and I really feel like Spirit is calling upon you to really be much more okay with your emotions this month. This month may trigger you. It may release emotions that you may feel like you're drowning in them. We got this beautiful card that says currents of emotions, uncontrolled feelings, and of course in tarot and astrology, water cups represents emotions for that reason, because you can be really swept away from them by them in the same way that you can be very swept away by like a current of water. It may look gentle and fine on the surface, and people can underestimate water and be like, oh, that person has a, they feel a lot, but water can be very overwhelming and very powerful. So some of you guys may sometimes this month feel overwhelmed with feeling, or be like, oh, I can't believe it. I haven't had a crush in a while, or I'm so nervous about this situation, or I feel so alive. And I almost feel like it may scare you a little bit. And you're actually being encouraged to seek out those feelings, to do things that make you feel alive, make you feel powerful, make you feel overwhelmed in that way. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. And you can use that as a green light, seeking out the things that make you feel good or excited or alive. That's actually a really beautiful and very spiritually advanced way to live. So yeah, I think you guys are being called called upon to really kind of reinvent the way you look at emotion, how you feel about it, the way you process your emotions, not keeping them at a distance or trying to emotionally remove yourself from whatever you're feeling, but instead being called upon to really embrace that and to allow that to develop into whatever it is supposed to be, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's a positive feeling or a negative feeling. You are going to be okay in the end. You know, that's the thing water signs know. I think it's always funny during water seasons, Scorpio season, Pisces season, Cancer season, people will make so many posts online about like, I feel like I'm losing my mind. I hate this. I hate Pisces season. I can't wait till it ends. And of course, March is the height of Pisces season, so maybe that's why we're getting these deep emotions coming around you. But I always think that's funny because as a water, sun, moon, I definitely swim in the terrain of emotions, also grand water trine in my chart. And so I get it that it may be a little hard for like an Aquarius, you know, sun, moon to feel this, or a Capricorn, or someone who's, you know, all air to feel such emotion. But the thing is it's such a beautiful gift. And if you can learn to swim, you can have a lot of fun in the water. You can, if you learn to stop fighting it and thrashing around and wishing that you didn't feel this way, and you can just learn to go with that flow and let the emotions be whatever they're going to be, you can have an amazing time. So yeah, I think you guys are really being called to seek out those things that are going to make you feel excited, happy, sad, any kind of emotion this month. Let me get some astrology dice to end this reading. So we got Libra, we got Uranus, and the 12th house. So Libra, of course, rules the 7th. So Libra, Aquarius, and Pisces, those may be some of your placements. Libra, of course, is the 7th house of relationships. Again, I really feel there may be that big romantic relationship or work relationship, close friendship that wants to come in for you this month. Then we also have Uranus, and yeah, Uranus is a planet of surprise. We can never predict how Uranus is going to manifest. Even the best astrologer could never say, because Uranus literally rules surprise. So it's always going to come as a bit of a shock. And I really do think you are going to have something exciting and new and different come in for you this month, something you're not expecting. And again, a lot of that self-growth work that you've been doing, turning you into this very new version of yourself that you may not have ever recognized even a couple months ago. Then we also have Pisces, and Pisces is the 12th house. It's a very spiritual energy, very emotional, as we were saying. So again, that emphasis on emotions, and the 12th house is also the house of spirituality. So I really feel like you guys are doing more of that spiritual work, continuing your spiritual growth that you have been doing. You're evolving into a deeper version of yourself, a bigger version of yourself, a better, more truthful, authentic version of yourself. So this month, make sure you get that sleep, you get that rest, and seek out those hobbies, those fun times in the meantime, because I think you're being called to be a little less serious and be a little bit more present in the moment. So that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope it resonates. If it does, let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. That really helps the channel. If you would like to see more of my readings, head on over to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about what was the purpose of this connection, for a romantic connection or any kind of relationship. And before that, where you'll be in 4 years' time. And before that, messages from your inner child. But there are over 75 exclusive readings you'll only get access to on Patreon. And you will also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. So if that sounds good to you and you want to sign up, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description and join me on Patreon. Also, if you would like to get a private one-on-one reading with me, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and you can book a tarot reading, astrology session, channeling session, a combination of all three if you have one burning question you want to ask me, or you just want me to check in with your guides and your team on the other side and let whatever channeled messages come through. We can do that as well. So you get to really say how it goes. If you're interested in that session, go to my website, briarrosetarot.com, and book a time with me. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile two, welcome to your reading. So, if you guys picked this orange, this is going to be your reading. I love the detail on the skin and the little leaf right there. It looks pretty realistic for a toy. Let's get into your cards though. We're doing the live shuffle again, and I've just been loving this lately. So, let's see what's going to be happening for pile number two in the month of March. The sun leaving off the reading. Wow. That's a good sign. Let's see what other cards we're going to get for the month of March for pile number two. The Strength card, okay. The King of Cups. Five of Swords, okay. Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. So Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Very interesting. Okay, so I think, first of all, there's a message about you guys, some of you feeling much more comfortable with your body or really liking your body, maybe putting more emphasis on your body. And I feel like something about showing your body off or wearing like something skimpier than you usually would, and really kind of having fun with it and enjoying yourself. For some of you guys, this could even be being in the sun more, like laying out in the sun, tanning, or maybe going on a tropical vacation or going to a warm location for travel for some reason. I feel like some of you guys, maybe you're going to be in the gym or you're just loving your body. Like the body confidence is off the scale. I feel like if you've struggled with your body, this may be a month that's a turning point where you are like, either I already have done the work and I love it and I'm much more confident now, or you know what, I'm going to do this, and change my body a little bit. And maybe I'm going to go to the gym, or maybe I'm going to eat less or eat more or whatever. But whatever changes you want to make in your body, you may be really ready to embrace them and have a new energy to do that in the month of March. But I feel like this energy could be a lot of fun. It could involve you going out more, being seen more, attracting attention when you do go out, especially an admirer who's like a male water sign, because we got the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. So both of those are masculine, water, and court cards. So yeah, that could be a male Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, or if you're a guy and you're straight, you could be attracting a female water sign as well. But I feel like you guys are going to be attracting that attention, and people are really going to be drawn to you in the month of March. So it may be a really good time for you to go out, socialize. Although I am feeling some of you guys actually don't want too much of that like smoke for yourself this month. It's almost like you may be taking this month to do a creative project, to look inward, to journal a lot more, to write. I feel like some of you guys are really dreaming big about the future, or you're getting a vision of what you want to manifest and what you want to build. And that's getting a lot clearer for you this month. I am feeling the need that you guys are going to have to make some changes. This could be these fives, because fives in tarot, especially when it comes to, well, yeah, pretty much all the cards, to be honest, all the different elements, but definitely in the swords and the wands can talk about a loss or something that is not going super well. So for you guys, this could be needing to do something a little bit different. This could be needing to like redo your vision of things, how you're looking at something, take a different look at it, or, kind of pause to reassess. I feel like for some of you guys, this is like needing to kind of make pivots in your life. I'm getting the vibe that some of you guys, when you do have a moment to pause, or when you're looking at your life, sometimes you get really disappointed. And Spirit has a message for you that you do not need to be in anything you don't want to be in. So if there's something for you that you feel like is dragging you down, or you feel really stuck or disappointed, the amazing thing is you hold the key. And you literally see that on the Devil card. A lot of people think like, oh, the Devil card, it's the worst card in tarot. And I'm not saying it's the most amazing card to get, but the funniest thing is that the image shows two people chained in front of the devil, and everyone's like, oh, it's such a horrible image. But the thing is there's actually, it's not chained to anything. So the whole point is that those two people could walk away at any time, but it's their mindset. They have these chains on their hand, so they think, oh, I'm stuck, I'm chained, I can't leave. And the chain is literally not connected to anything. So if they truly wanted to walk out, they could walk out at any point. And Spirit wanted me to bring that message through, that if there's something you're feeling stuck in, the amazing thing is that you have the power. And this month, maybe really drilling that home to you, we got the sun. So, the sun is really realizing your own personal power. The sun is probably the most powerful of all the astrological entities, right? I mean, even the other luminary, the moon, reflects light off the sun. So, of course, all the planets are powerful in their own way, but there's a reason we all say our sun sign. So, it is a very powerful placement. It is our soul, it's our energy, it's our vitality, our physical strength. And I feel like for you guys, you're realizing how powerful you are. And in the month of March, you may really feel called upon yourself to take that power back and to stop deflecting it onto other people. I think anytime I've had a regret, it's like not taking my power soon enough, right? Like, I'm sure we can all think of times when we worked like a really bad job or something, and we, felt like we had to go into the office and we didn't have a choice. And looking back, it's like, why didn't I just quit? Or we had a bad friendship and we felt really stuck with the person, and we didn't feel like they liked us. And then it's like that friendship falls off anyway. And the only regret we have is like, why did I not just end it sooner, as soon as I got the first shady vibe from that person, instead of letting the friendship devolve and letting them screw me over in the end? You know what I mean? It's like, once we can make that a habit of taking our power back and realizing that we're the ones in control. No one else controls anything except ourselves. Sometimes we deflect that a lot. We kind of put it in someone else's domain, I guess. We kind of expect them to change, them to do something different. But that's really not what Spirit wants us to do. Spirit wants us to realize we are the creators of our destiny. We can create whatever kind of life destiny we want. Sometimes it takes a minute to shift the energy because we may have already manifested the current energy we're in. So it may take a moment to kind of pivot that and create a new energy for ourselves. But there's always so many opportunities to free ourselves, to exit an old situation, to enter into a new situation. And so I feel like this month, some of you guys are really going to have to take a hard look at certain things, really assess certain things, and kind of look inward as to things you want to change. There is the energy that for some of you guys, I'm not saying everyone, but there could be like a spiraling down into this energy, like a getting really depressed. Maybe some of you guys have been feeling that lately, like really stuck or really regretful about your life or comparing yourself to others. And there's also that message that you are on your own journey, and maybe the journey you're on is leading you to a destination for a reason. Maybe you needed to go through this period of growth or this period of change, or that path that you look back on as like, oh, I should have done that. Maybe that wasn't for you, and you needed to learn whatever lessons you have learned. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is about realizing that life is short and this is our precious time on earth. There's a long line on the other side to come down to earth. So you may be realizing that I don't want to waste any more time like regretting or wishing or thinking. I want to act. I want to have that vitality, that boldness that the sun energy has, that Leos have, where they'll never be like, oh no, sorry, I'm too scared to, no, you go, you read in front of the class. I get nervous. They're always going to be like, sure, I'll read, I'll perform, I'll do it, I'll put myself out in front, I'll go after my opinion, because they can feel they have that powerful energy of the sun driving them. So for a lot of you guys, this is like I'm going to look inward, see the things I need to change, see the things that are making me feel miserable, and I'm going to unstick myself. I'm going to remove myself. So there is a powerful opportunity for a lot of you guys to pivot and change within your life in this month of March, and also a message that if you are feeling stuck, negative, that's actually a huge gift, because if you don't realize there's a problem, then, nothing can be changed. Like, even though it hurts to go through it, and maybe you guys have been going through some painful times, but it's reminding me, it's bringing to my mind like stories about little kids that don't have pain receptors in their skin, so they don't have like nerve endings or whatever to make them feel pain. And this sounds amazing, right? We can all think of times when we've gotten a paper clip and it hurts so bad, or we hit our funny bone, or burn ourselves or whatever, and it's just so painful. So sign me up, because that sounds fantastic, right? But the reality is that those people have really short lifespans, I think. They have to be so careful, because if they burn themselves, they won't even notice. If they, stick their hand over a fire, like on the stove, they touch a hot plate, they wouldn't even feel like their skin being burned and melting away, as gross as that is, or they wouldn't feel them cutting their finger with a knife. And so it might go all the way through, and that's the thing is, as much as it stinks, pain is a powerful indicator of things we need to change, do different, things that aren't working for us. So it stinks to actually feel that. It stinks to feel the shock of that pain jolting through us, or the lingering effects, the lingering low level, slowly ebbing away pain that persists for a few days. But ultimately, that is something our body does to save us and prevent us from doing destructive situations or entering into destructive life events. And so for you guys, maybe reframe how you're looking at this pain. Like maybe you're like, I have been feeling really depressed or really lonely or really upset or really out of time. And then it's like, okay, so what could you do different to transform this? Because you always can. It's not over till it's over. So you still have time no matter what age you're at. And I know from my YouTube viewership stats that most of you guys are pretty young, so you definitely have plenty of time to change this. But whatever age you are, I think Grandma Moses, who's a super famous painter, she didn't start painting until she was like in her 70s or 80s. She's literally one of the most acclaimed and well-regarded American painters in history. And so, that's a great example. Like she started at 70. It's never too late. It's never too late to step into your destiny and the life you dreamed of and the life you imagined. So what can we do different to bring ourselves into that? How can we manage our emotions in a healthy way? Because the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, but especially the King of Cups, has mastered those emotions, has learned to take them as indicators. There is a lot of truth in all the astrological associations, the tarot associations. And for example, water, which is the cups, indicates emotions, and then it also indicates spiritual abilities, psychic abilities, and that is no mistake. That emotions are linked to spiritual abilities. That's not a random coincidence, just like, oh, whatever, we'll just throw them in together. Actually, your emotions can be a powerful level of foresight that spirit is giving you. When you feel really drained around someone, when you feel really upset, when you come home from your job and you feel so burnt out, when you feel really happy and excited after you get home from seeing a friend, or after you do some work, or you wake up in the morning ready to go to your job with like a smile on your face, that's a powerful indicator. We don't need to push those emotions away or pathologize them or act like, oh my gosh, I'm being dramatic or I'm being crazy or whatever. It's fine to let ourselves feel those feelings, but then also like let them pass through, acknowledge them, and take them as a signpost directing us in the direction we're supposed to go. So yeah, for some of you guys, you needed to hear that message somehow. And yeah, I think if there is a lot of negative emotion bubbling up, again, just know that you have every power within you to change it, shift it, and alchemize it into something amazing. And that's another thing, is like alchemy, they don't take, silver and turn it into gold. They don't take, you know, some beautiful substance. They don't take like perfume and turn it into gold. They take lead and mercury and they turn it into gold. They take lead, especially, which is like the lowest of all the elements. That's the one they really focus on. And it is supposed to be, because that power of taking something taking something that's low in its vibration and turning it into something high vibration is one of the most powerful things you can do. And actually, there is so much more power and potency in that low vibrational thing to turn into something high vibrational. I know that seems counterintuitive, like, oh, you're taking the worst element and turning it into the best, but that's what the ancient alchemists would do. Because I don't know, maybe there's more potency because it is low vibrational. So you may be feeling really down on your luck right now. You may be feeling really stuck, but the Three of Wands is coming out to remind you you're not. And that low point that may seem like the end of the world is actually your portal to entering your best future. So we did get the Three of Wands, again, reminding you that you have this agency. You can go wherever you want. You can do whatever you want. If you need to make a move, if you need to decide to change jobs, if you need to decide to change your friend group or your relationship, you can do that, because the final card we pulled is the Nine of Cups, which is a beautifully happy card. It can talk about wishes coming true. For a lot of you guys, this is your reminder that you can manifest what you want. This may be a powerful manifesting month for some of you guys. And you may have a lot of fun this month or find some real moments of joy with that Nine of Cups coming out next to the Sun. And I think it's up to you to kind of like actively seek that out with the Knight of Cups. So yeah, let me get into these cards for pile number 1. What is happening for pile 1 in March? Ancestor, historical connections and purposes, elementals, nature spirits, the 4 elements, past life guides, karmic lessons, present assistance, and beneath the surface, hidden truths, something unknown. So I definitely think there is that strong vibe of you're being very psychic this month as well. There's a lot of psychic visions coming to you. We got the King of Cups, the Prince of Cups, aka the Knight of Cups, and then all these are like different entities from the other side other than this beneath the surface card. So I really think this is a powerful month for you to really pay attention to your psychic visions, your psychic downloads, all the messages you're getting. You may be really growing in your psychic abilities. The Prince of Cups, the King of Cups are both highly, highly psychic. All the court cards within the cup suit is very psychic and has psychic abilities. So this is your message to listen. And again, I think this may be tied into if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling negative, that is not always a bad thing. Sometimes we need to realize there's a problem. You know, it's also like there's a reminder of, I'm seeing someone's engine light come on in their car. You know, as much as we don't want to see that check engine light or low oil or whatever, it's so much better for that check engine light to come on and for us to be able to go to the auto shop and get it fixed. Even though that's annoying, even though we really don't want to spend that $400 to get them to fix the carburetor or whatever, or, you know, go change the oil and sit through that. And it's annoying, but it's a lot better to get that done than to have the whole engine die. I know, because I had to replace an engine once, and it was really expensive because I like never drove it. And when I came back, it was the engine had died. I just hate driving so much. It's really funny. But I will find any opportunity not to drive my car. But yeah, replacing that engine was really, really annoying and definitely, you know, not what I had expected to happen. And that's not what we want. We don't want things to reach that point where we kind of neglect something or just put it out of our mind and don't really pay attention to it. And then it turns into a bigger problem. So those feelings that pop up, the feeling of, I don't like this, I'm stuck, oh, I hate my job, as painful as it is, that's your check engine light flashing and telling you, girl, you got to fix this. And that's the cool thing, is because we're all free entities, we can fix it. And we can also call upon our guides on the other side and have them step in, ask them for help. But this month, you may be having a lot of those downloads. They may be very close around you. This may be an incredible month for you to go into nature as well. Of course, in March, for a lot of the world, the Northern Hemisphere, I think, is going to be experiencing spring. So it's going to be a beautiful period of the cold melting away, coming into spring and Aries season. And it's such a wonderful time. So a perfect time to walk through the woods or go out to the field nearby and play frisbee with your friends or have a picnic outdoors. So some of you guys may be spending more time outdoors. And if you do, make sure you try to connect with the fairies, with the elementals, and just speak to, there's so many spirits that hang out in like nature, especially. So you guys may be very connected to that and very psychic overall, having things revealed to you. Your guides may come around you this month to really give you prophetic dreams and downloads and let you know certain bits of information. Let's get into some more tarot for pile number 1. Excuse me, pile number 2. The orange pile. We want to know what is going to be happening for pile 2 in the month of March. Justice. The Ace of Cups, okay. The Devil. The Three of Pentacles, okay. The High Priestess, not a surprise. And the Ten of Swords reversed, okay. Not surprised by the Ten of Swords reversed because I was kind of picking up on that energy just intuitively. But yeah, there's so much of the energy I already mentioned from the Ace of Cups, which can be a download that is from spirit and a download about what we're supposed to do spiritually, a creative project as well. You guys may be feeling very creative this month. And if you are, I think you really need to pursue it, whatever it is. If it's a creative, project of any kind, if you want to write, then I'm hearing write. If you're wanting to draw, then draw. If you're wanting to take photographs, then make sure that you're photographing whatever it is. For a lot of you guys, you are being called upon to really use your creativity this month and to lean into it fully. Also, we got the High Priestess, again confirming this beautiful vibe with you being very spiritual and being very connected to your intuition this month and just knowing things randomly, just having this deep knowledge that other people may not be getting the same messages. You guys may really have an opportunity this month to make major changes with your life and to kind of really redo a part of yourself that maybe you got into a rut or you just started doing something and next thing you knew, this was your life. You didn't really pick it. You were kind of along for the ride and it didn't feel like your own choosing, like something you objectively by yourself decided to choose. It felt like something that was kind of happening for you. This month is about taking your own agency back, realizing your own inner strength, and realizing that no one can take it away from you. We also got the Three of Pentacles. So this could also be about you learning something new, signing up for an educational course, signing up for a school of some kind, or getting a certification in something, or even finding like a like-minded friend that you want to work with on something and can advance you with your career, can give you better knowledge, that kind of a thing. But yeah, I feel like for you, this month of March is a really good one, even though it may feel negative in the meantime, even though it may be painful. I think you have the opportunity to really shift your destiny this month, to make so many incredible changes, and just know that you are being guided through this process. It's not happening to you, it is happening for you. So don't be afraid. Don't freak out. Trust the process and know that it is all working out for your favor. It's not happening to you, it is happening for you. So that is the message I have for you, pile 2. I really hope it resonates. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you, hearing your thoughts, stories, etc. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. And if you want to see more of my content, head on over to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about what is the purpose of this connection. It's perfect for a love, twin flame, or any kind of relationship that you want to know what the purpose is, what the point was. Before that, I posted one all about where you'll be in 4 years' time and messages from your inner child. But there are over 75 exclusive readings you'll only get access to on Patreon. And we also vote on new readings. You guys suggest readings and then we vote on them. If all of that sounds good to you and you're interested in joining us over there, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. And I don't think I mentioned, but you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. They get posted over there first. So yeah, link for Patreon is underneath the timestamps. And if you would like to get a private session with me, whether you have one burning question that you really need clarity on, or a specific situation you need guidance about, or whether you want a general reading and just to check in with your guides and hear whatever messages need to come through, however you want to do it, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and the link for that is in my description. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile 3, welcome to your reading. So if you picked this green pair, this is going to be your reading, and you can see on the back there's a little indentation just like a real pair. It's really cute. But anyways, guys, let's get into your cards. We're gonna do a live shuffle, which we have been doing lately. I've just been really digging the live shuffle. So we got the 4 of Swords reversed. Okay. 5 of Pentacles, okay. The Death card. The Prince of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands. The 2 of Swords. And let's get one more card to lead off this reading for pile number 3. The Sun card. Awesome. Okay, so let's start out talking about the 4 of Swords. There may be a need for you to get a lot of sleep this month. There may even be some sleep disruptions happening for you this month. It may be hard for you to get sleep. It may be hard for you to feel like you're able to dream a lot this month, or you may be getting excess sleep this month. But there is that message for you just to really look after your sleep this month. Make sure that you're doing things to preserve your sleep or maintain your sleep, whether that's going to exercise during the day so that you'll be tired at night, or laying off the coffee, or having like a evening wind down routine. You may need to really prioritize your sleep and really go out of your way to make sure you are making that a priority and kind of clearing the board of everything else that may come up and take away from that. So make sure you're looking after your physical health, getting enough rest this month, maybe even carving out time to meditate or tune in, because you may be very busy, or there may just be some sleep disruptances. Yeah. Anyway, some sleep disturbances, I guess, that are happening this month for you. So you want to make sure you're trying to carve out a little bit of a space for yourself to rest, to relax, and to make sure you get those 8 hours a night. With the 5 of Pentacles as well, I feel like for some of you guys, it's almost like you're reaching a boiling point with certain situations in your life that you're really ready to change. There's an energy about you really wanting to step out of a certain paradigm or a certain judgment that people have had for you. I almost feel like for some of you guys, this could feel like you've been very stagnant, or not even stagnant, but like kind of controlled or stuck into some kind of a role that people expect from you. And I feel like in the month of March, there's really going to be an emphasis on you carving out your own identity and stepping out boldly and kind of letting go of an old identity and all the things that came with it. I think that's sometimes one of the hardest things. Like, we all say we want to spiritually transmute and grow, and we're happy to do the shadow work, but when the shadow work actually happens and we actually have to start letting go of old friendships or releasing certain family relationships, or letting go of old identities that we used to have, old reliable things like a job, or the place we used to live and we felt very attached to it. Spirit kind of starts moving us away from our old life once we commit to that change. For some people, they may be able to maintain it, they may be able to keep the same job, and the same living situation and whatever. And if that's the case, great for them. But for a lot of us, it really does involve that death card moment, a lot of changes, a lot of things being taken away, and things that we probably thought would never be taken away, that were like a really solid part of our identity. are suddenly gone. And it can be really hard to fully release that and be willing to let go, be willing to let things die and embrace that process. So I feel like for you guys, this is about realizing how certain situations have limited you, or how you have been stuck in certain roles or certain like limiting factors, be it a job, be it friendships or relationships, and really learning to let those go, release them, and let them be whatever they're going to be. For some of you guys, this has kept you a little bit stifled and has made you unable to step into your highest destiny, because you've had to kind of twist yourself into a pretzel in order to appease this old version of yourself and to maintain that old version of yourself. So I feel like in the future, you guys are really going to be urged to be the most vibrant version. And even in a way, it may be being afraid to rock the boat with like getting too much attention. You may have a hang up when it comes to attention, when it comes to having a lot of people focus on you. We got the Sun card. So this could be about stepping into that powerful role as a guide for others, or as a bright shining light, and not holding yourself back, not hiding your light under a bushel, but fully being the most authentic version of you, even if that's going to alienate certain people or make them uncomfortable. I feel like for some of you guys, this is really about breaking boundaries, breaking certain bonds and expectations that so many people have put on you. And in the month of March, you may feel more and more that this old life is really coming to a head. Maybe you've already released some things, but in March, you're going to be called upon to make those hard decisions and release even more. This could be an ending to like a job, or this could be an ending to anything, old relationships, friendships, relationships of any kind, family relationships, parts of your identity. You may feel the call to make a drastic change with like how you look, how you present yourself. You may dye your hair or cut your hair or just change your wardrobe entirely. But I feel like you are, if there's anything in your life that has been feeling kind of like constricting and tight, and because I'm seeing someone wearing a corset actually in my mind, and it's really laced super tightly around them. And it's like, this is the time when they are like, you know what, I'm gonna take off this corset, I'm not wearing this anymore. But it's a little bit of a scary moment. So I feel like you are stepping out of this version of yourself that used to be willing to make those compromises, and now you are like, no way, I am going to be myself, I'm going to be the highest version of myself. So there's a little bit of tension with that, and that could create issues for you. It could feel unpleasant to let go of that stream of income, or let go of that connection to your friends, or let go of that relationship, whatever it is. It could be kind of hard, but I feel like you are so ready for this beautiful new independence era. And this new era is going to allow you to be a much higher, much better version of yourself that is much more acting in alignment with their ultimate destiny, instead of trying to appease someone else or trying to go along so that other people like them. This is really about you deciding what you like and what's good for you and what you are going to step into. And with the Prince of Wands, that Knight of Wands energy, the Knight of Wands doesn't do anything unless they really want it. The Wands energy is somewhat selfish because it's fire. So it's about what I want and me and living in the moment. And so I think for you, you are really going to be thinking about that, about, I don't want to keep doing this routine if I hate this job schedule. So how can I move? How can I pivot out of it? Or if it's a relationship where you just feel really stifled, or a family member that you can't really be honest with, and you just decide, I'm ready to lessen this relationship a little bit. I feel like you are really being honest with yourself, and some of you guys could be moving, changing jobs, making major life changes in the month of March, or just starting to really have that weigh on you and just starting to be able to sense the path that you're on and what is going to happen next, and the things that you're leaving behind. You may start to see the kind of form of that and how that's going to look for you. Let me get some more cards. But with the Prince of Wands, by the way, there could be like a dramatic, attractive fire sign coming towards you. It could especially be a male fire sign with the Knight of Wands. So it Could be a really cute Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. It also could just be you spicing up your life, taking more time out to do the things you enjoy. I do feel like with the Five of Pentacles, though, you're going to have to kind of pare down and really think about your priorities. You may have to be shifting things, changing things. I know this is tax season, so for a lot of people, they're taking a hard look at their finances and adjusting things within that, or having to save up to pay their taxes or whatever. So that could be an energy that you are dealing with, but I do feel like for a lot of you guys, after the end of March, maybe this is like a high point of tension in your chart or in your year, and then maybe April will be a little bit easier. So let's get some more cards and see what is happening for pile number 3 in the month of March. We got the Three of Wands, okay. The Fool, oh my gosh, yes. I'm telling you, there is such new energy around you. Like, I almost feel like this is the energy of, you know, if you've ever owned a dog and you want to take the dog on a walk, or you tell the dog like, oh, do you want to go for a walk? And the dog understands, you know, walk, and they get all excited and they start jumping around and sometimes barking, sometimes just like wiggling their tail and wiggling their body around and like jumping up and down and panting because they can't wait. And then once you have their leash on and you've got everything you need, and maybe you always put your headphones on beforehand, or you put, you know, a certain pair of shoes that are by the door on your feet right before you step out. And the dog recognizes all that, and they start knowing like, oh, we're about to leave. And they get right by the door and they're like kind of lunging, waiting for you to leave. Like, that's the energy around you. I feel like you are so ready for this new change. You're so ready to leave something behind, and March might just make that happen. March, it feels like there's that potent energy of like, okay, you asked for it. You said you wanted to change, or okay, you said you wanted spiritual growth. Well, here you go. So it feels like there's kind of like all systems go, and this is your very potent chance to leave something behind and to welcome in something totally new. Let's get some more cards for pile number 3. The Princess of Pentacles, aka the Page of Pentacles. Sorry guys, I had to cut that because I pulled a card that is just not appropriate for work. So we are gonna pull again. I put that on the side. It was the Hanged Man, but we are gonna only use the PG cards. I do need to do something about this deck because it's like currently my favorite deck, but there's a lot of nudes on it. So obviously I don't mind, but I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I'm scared. So anyway, we got the Four of Pentacles, the Sun, the Fool, and the Princess of Pentacles, aka the Page. Yeah, we've already covered all these other cards. So I feel like for you guys, again, it's that kind of like lower pentacle energy, the 4 and 5 of Pentacles, maybe looking down at the brass tacks of your bills, seeing what needs to be shifted and changed, seeing what you need to be doing differently when it comes to your finances, and making some of those harder choices when it comes to that. I feel like for you guys though, there is the possibility of a lot of financial abundance, a new project coming in, a new job. There's that message that you are going to be supported in this process. If you are really acting out of your divine intuition, stepping towards your destiny, that kind of a thing, then trust and believe that your guides, angels, and ancestors will absolutely protect you and take care of you and look out for you in all of this. So if you're worried about leaving a job, if you're worried about leaving a relationship, please do not worry, because everything that they take away, they will replace with something so much better. So you really have nothing to worry about, and you may find yourself more abundant after you're willing to go through this process of removal, this kind of death tower process. On the other side, I think you're going to be so much happier, and it's going to feel much more aligned with your destiny and what you want for yourself than the life you have been living that may have felt very stagnant and very restricting. Let's get some message cards for pile number 3. What messages do we have for pile 3 for the month of March? Archangel Phanuel, hope, optimism, new beginnings, balance, centered energy, self-care. What is happening for pile number 3 in March? animal totems, animal energy and powers. And let's get one more. Currents of emotion, uncontrolled feelings, and one more. Journey guide, travel, change in location. I could definitely see a change in location for a lot of you guys, whether that's a move, whether that's traveling. I kind of feel like maybe some of you guys would be planning a move of houses, even a move in workplace, but a change, you know, as the song goes, a change would do you good, because it does feel like we need to kind of get rid of this stagnant energy. Even if it's just doing some spring cleaning, cleaning out your house, saging it, throwing open the windows and letting some spring air in would be so great. And keep in mind that the month of March contains that axis that ends, or that cusp, I should say, that ends the astrological year. So to astrologers, this is actually the new year. This, you know, as soon as Pisces season ends and Aries season comes in, that's the beginning of the astrological year. And we're ending with that energy of Pisces, which can, you know, contain a lot of power in it, but it can be the end of the astrological wheel, because the astrological wheel obviously counts upward from 1. Pisces is the 12th and final sign, so it can kind of contain all that energy from all the other signs that we've already passed through. And then Aries is like a wiping of the slate. So it's like a very new, fresh start. It's a perfect time to manifest. It's a perfect time to bring in something new. And I feel like you're really being called to pay attention, not to be overly kind of rose-colored glasses about certain things in your life and hoping that they're just going to fix themselves, but to really look at your life and to say, this is what I need to change, this is what I need to do different. And if I'm feeling unhappy, or I'm feeling stuck, or I'm feeling stagnant, then that's something that has got to go. I feel like you are just not willing to stay inside certain paradigms, to follow certain stupid rules. You really are ready to kind of be this renegade and to set out on your own destiny and to do your own thing. A lot of you guys are not caring so much whether you fit in or not, which is a perfect energy for Pluto in Aquarius, by the way. So you're very in sync with the astrology, and you are ready to be as honest as possible about yourself, about your values, about your views, about your life that you're trying to build for yourself. And I feel like the energy of people pleasing that may have been around you in the past, trying to satisfy others, trying to go along to get along, that is definitely done and dusted. So March is your time when I feel like a lot of you guys are going to find those old things falling apart, falling out of your life. So it may be a time to make sure your savings are shored up, finances are good, that you have all your ducks lined up in a row, and that you're being kind of like thoughtful about this, methodical about this. We did get the Princess of Pentacles, aka the Page of Pentacles. And so the Pentacle suits, they're all going to be careful, even though the Page is still has that young enthusiasm because it is the youngest of the suit cards. So it's going to be slightly more reckless than the other suit cards, but still with the Pentacle energy, that's someone who's going to be deliberate, who's going to really pay attention to what they need to do. And I feel like for you, this is about, you know, being careful about, if you're ready to make the change, let's do it, and let's be strategic, and let's really commit to it. Let's not sabotage it or do it halfway or be like chaotic with it. It's okay to listen to your emotions, but also like taking those deliberate steps and realizing it's in your power to leave something in the past, I think is going to be really key to the month of March for you. And so let's get some tarot as well to end this reading. For pile number 3, we want to know what is going to be happening for them in the month of March. So we got the Magician. Wow. I love it. The Fool and the Magician. There's a lot of power in this reading. The 6 of Wands. What is going to be happening for pile number 3 in the month of March? The Moon. So you guys may also be very psychic this month. You may be getting a lot of downloads. I feel like you're going to be much more in tune with your intuition, especially when it comes to your spiritual path. you may get really strong guidance. Maybe in the past you've been wondering like, oh, I want to move, but I haven't gotten a download from spirit. I don't know where I should go. I don't know what I should do. And you get that download this month. You fully know where you're supposed to head, what's supposed to come next, and whatever has been hidden or veiled becomes revealed to you. We got the King of Wands and we got the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this energy is about you realizing your own power. The Magician, the King of Wands, both those energies are so in touch with what they want for themselves, with what they should be doing, and bringing that forth. Like that's the first process in like manifestation, for example, right? You can't manifest if you don't know what you want. And I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe in the past, you have held back ideas of what you should do or where you want to head because you were kind of listening to what society said. Maybe you were listening to ideas about, you know, you should be this type of person, or you shouldn't ask for that, or that's kind of tacky, or that's kind of wrong. And this is about you interrogating that and being willing to step into more of a selfish, self-centered energy and really feeling, because as well, the wands can be very, how do I say? Kind of like sensual, I guess. So it could be an energy where you're getting in touch with, yeah, what you want in romantic relationships, what makes you feel really good inside, makes you feel powerful and positive, and to a certain extent kind of sexy and excited for things, and starting to learn to step out of alignment with things that don't make you feel that way, that you don't have to continue on at a job that makes you feel really demoralized and kind of stupid and dumb and bad. And you don't have to be in a relationship with someone that makes you feel like you don't really bring anything to the table, or like you're not very attractive or anything like that. I feel like this is kind of an energy of you learning to stand up for yourself, put your foot down, and ask for what you want, and know what you want, most importantly, because that's what we have to have before we can step into something. So yeah, I think March is going to be a very powerful month for you guys to kind of reset this paradigm, reset this version of yourself, and leave an old version far in the past. This is about becoming who you really are meant to be, who you really are supposed to be at a soul level, and no longer doing the fake things to fit into society, to maintain a job, to maintain a relationship. This is about truly deciding what you want and being more honest with yourself to others as well, because the Six of Wands is a very public-oriented card. So this could be about posting something on your Instagram, or speaking up to others about something you believe in, or, you know, wearing an outfit that maybe shows more of your skin off, you know, something like that. This could be about you becoming more confident with how you look in that sense. But I feel like the old, shy, meek version of yourself, or any people-pleasing version of yourself, is definitely ending in this month. And you're going to be getting some really powerful guidance about the things you're needing to let go of, but it may have some pain within it of taking out the old and bringing in the new. I was going to say taking out the trash, but I don't want to be negative, but it is a good metaphor as well. Keep in mind that if it's meant to be, if it's being removed from your life at this time, it's meant to be removed, because I feel like you are being divinely guided through this process of purging, cleansing the old, the stuff that has to go. So as sad as it may be, it is for the better. They're showing me an image of someone like cutting down a dead tree, you know, and as sad as it may be to see that tree go, and as much as you may have been attached to that tree, if you let the tree stand and you don't cut it down, then during a storm or whatever, that tree could very well fall on a house, a power line, a person. So it's important to cleanse out that old and maybe plant a new tree, even if you're like, oh, I loved that tree. Sometimes you've got to let it go, because if you keep it in your life and you try to keep it around, it can cause you more harm than good. So I think you're ready to begin this process or finish this process, you're really ready for these releases. They may be overwhelming, but I know you can handle it, pile number 3. So that is what I have for you for the month of March for pile 3. I hope it resonated, guys. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you, hearing your thoughts, stories, observations, etc. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. That really helps the channel. If you want to see more of my readings, head to my Patreon. I just posted a reading all about the purpose of this relationship. So it's perfect for a romantic relationship or any kind of relationship if you want to know why it happened, what was the point of it, what was the purpose of it. Before that, I posted one about your inner child, messages from your inner child, as well as where you'll be in 4 years' time. But there are over 75 exclusive readings you'll only get access to on Patreon. And you also get early and ad-free access to all my YouTube videos. So if that sounds good to you and you want to sign up, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description for my Patreon. Also, if you would like to get a private session with me, if you would like to just get open channeling from me and hear what your guides have to say, or you have a very specific question that you want to ask, either one works, and you can book a slot with me at my website, briarrosetarot.com. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I am sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile 4, welcome to your reading. So if you picked this red apple, this is going to be your reading. You can see the little leaf next to the stem, and otherwise it's just kind of shaped like an apple, but pretty cool for a little toy. Anyways, let's get into your cards. We're going to do a live shuffle again today. I've just been loving the live shuffles. So let's see what cards we're going to get for pile 4 and what's happening for pile 4 in the month of March. What's happening for pile 4 in the month of March? Okay, I already know this is going to be a card with a naked figure on it. There's a lot of them in this deck, and I was right. It is the World, though, so I will keep it on the side and remember it for your reading. But yes, you got the World, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Moon. There's just a lot of naked cards. I love this deck. It's my fave at the moment, but you know, we just gotta try to keep it PG, so I'm not trying to show any nude figures on YouTube. We got the Ace of Cups. Okay. What is happening for pile number 4 in the month of March? The Princess of Pentacles. Okay. Double feminine pentacle court cards, and the 8 of Pentacles reversed, and the Prince of Cups. So what I'm hearing in my mind as I'm shuffling is I just heard work harder, not stronger. Work harder, work stronger, work better, not harder. Something like that. Work smarter, not harder. Yes, that's what it is. So you guys, I feel like one of the things you're going to be paying attention to this month is your work schedule, how much you've been working, what you've been working on, maybe how you earn money even, and maybe redoing something with that or deciding to shift something about your finances and how you actually earn money. There may be a more lucrative option that you're not seeing at this time, but Spirit wants to bring through to you. There may be some kind of other field, other career path that some of you guys could get involved in, or just a different way to do your current job so that you're able to earn more, but not being as burnt out or feeling like you have to work quite as hard. So this could be a good month for you in terms of money, and especially in terms of redoing your money. I almost feel like you may feel called to spend more time on hobbies, interests, things that bring you joy this month with the Prince of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. You may feel called to like really seek out time with your loved ones, with your friends, with your family, and also doing creative work or things that are just fun hobbies for you. You may decide that you're going to put more effort into that and find, because you're in a better mood because you spent more time with loved ones or you spent more time with friends, that actually you're able to make more money despite putting less effort in. So it may be something that kind of comes as a surprise to you that maybe you felt like you were working really, really hard. And in the month of March, it becomes clear to you that maybe that's not the best way to manifest or build what I'm trying to build. And you become someone who is a little bit more selective with their energy and a little bit more picky with how they direct their energy, instead of just kind of trying to bludgeon your finances into submission and make, work as hard as you can and just hope the money will come. Maybe you're like, you know what, I'm actually gonna take this day off, but I'm gonna go to the local state fair with my friends and I'm gonna have so much fun. And when you come back to work the next day, you're actually way more recharged. You're able to put way more effort in. I feel like you're gonna have to make like delineations and choices. This could even be a pivot to a new field, a new career path, a new source of income opening up for you in the month of March, and you deciding to take on another hobby or get into some kind of other source of income. And with the Ace of Cups, this could even be a creative idea, and maybe it could possibly one day be lucrative. So this idea for a new financial situation or a new financial prospect, I guess, could come to you and feel very divine. It could feel like it just randomly occurred to you because it is an Ace of Cups moment. So it could be a psychic download. It could even be something emotional or something a friend brings up to you while you're drinking with them or while you're spending time with them, and it just coalesces in your mind into an actual actionable idea or something. But I feel like for you guys, this is a powerful month to kind of tap into your full potential. You may be feeling very psychic this month. We got the Moon card, the Ace of Cups, the Prince of Cups. So I really feel like for a lot of you guys, this is, and I'm also looking at the High Priest, which is the Hierophant, because this kind of wanted to come out as I was putting the cards away. It like fell out and I was like, I'll put it on the side. And now I'm like, okay, looking at all the other cards, this makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to use that as well. So this may be a month for really developing your psychic abilities, or maybe your psychic abilities are already really on point, and in the month of March, you just use them a lot more. You just develop them a lot more. There's a lot more potency behind them than in the past, and you are really stepping forward into that. You're really pushing yourself to use your intuition and to rely on it and to listen to your dreams, and maybe even developing your abilities with tarot or astrology. But I feel like you are getting a lot of downloads this month and feeling like you can really read the energy of what's happening around you. So this could be a very potent month when it comes to spiritual development and when it comes to your spiritual growth and all of that. Let me get some more cards for pile number 4. We want to see what's happening with pile 4 in the month of March. So this one says the 7 of Swords reversed. Okay. What is happening for pile number 4 in the month of March? So we have the 9 of Swords coming out under the 7 of Swords reversed. So yeah, there may be something on your mind that you definitely might decide that you can't deal with it anymore. You need to put an end to it. It's causing you a lot of stress. It's bothering you. It's living rent free in your head. For some of you guys, this could be, I'm feeling like, to be honest with you, some of you guys may be getting downloads about things you need to improve within yourself. Like, I need to be better in relationships, or I need to grow more, or I need to be more brave, or I need to fix this childhood trauma pattern or past life trauma pattern. I feel like you are really kind of redoing who you are, and you're doing some shadow work. You're looking really deep inside of yourself, and I feel like you are more empowered this month to fix it and change it than ever before. Like, you really have all these tools at your disposal, and you're also very unafraid this month. Like, it feels like you're willing to take these challenges on with that bravery that the Queen of Pentacles has, and then the Page of Pentacles. It's like it doesn't scare you off anymore. You're ready to venture into the unknown, the subconscious, which is what one of the things the Moon card represents in tarot and in astrology. So you are really looking deeply inside yourself. And the moon card is ruled by Neptune. So that rules over Pisces, the 12th house of the subconscious. The unconscious, this may be really about looking into your own unconscious, almost like biases, or, those unconscious thoughts we have, like someone doesn't text us back right away and we think, of course, they don't like me. They always, yeah, no one likes me. Those things that just come to our mind right away. And we kind of couldn't control if we wanted to. I feel like you're really unpacking some of that. Maybe being a little bit more harsh with yourself and saying, like, listen, you have got to talk to yourself differently, or you have got to address this differently, or you've got to act differently when it comes to blah, blah, blah in your life. Like, I'm not making excuses anymore. I'm not tolerating it anymore. There's this commitment to really looking deep inside your psyche and seeing what you could undo, what you could shift, what you could change, and how you can kind of rewrite the script in your head. How you can invite in like a different energy and a different version of yourself that I think is going to be much more powerful. It's almost like you are stepping into a high priestess vibe, stepping into a, kind of take no prisoners, I guess, type of energy. Like, you're not, I feel like, making excuses or apologies for yourself or for anyone else this time. And I feel like people can really sense that and shift that, changing in your energy field when it comes to the month of March. So I am getting the vibe that for some of you guys, this is about spending more time in nature. I'm seeing someone do a moon ritual really strongly. Or like gathering herbs by moonlight in order to do some kind of ritual or something. Some of you guys may be getting deeper into spiritual practices around that, doing candle magic or any kind of moon ritual, making moon water, whatever. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this month really unleashes it. And, that is something that the ancient Druids and Celtics, at least, which this deck is about, that really celebrated, was like this time of year when the winter is melting away. Of course, the Druids were based in Northwest Europe, where it has a really harsh winter. So the coming of spring, which is what March represents, is a huge deal and means that we can go back outside, we can go into the forest, we can go get fresh herbs. We don't have to be huddled inside in winter anymore. And so it's like that abundant energy to really tap more into the spirituality, feel the spirituality around you more, because we're kind of able to be out in nature, which was very sacred to like the Druids and stuff. So for some of you guys, this could be spending more time in nature somehow, because I keep seeing images around that, and maybe getting more into your spirituality, your practices, rituals, that kind of a thing. So let me get some cards for this deck. So we want to know, what is pile number 4? What's happening for them in the month of March? What's happening for them in the month of March? What's happening for pile 4 in the month of March, Spirit? We got the healing heart, love, acceptance, romance. And I love that for you, because I definitely feel like some of you guys, if you have had issues with yourself, if you've had avoidant attachment style or anxious attachment style, or you've had issues with love, I feel like you're really looking inward and being like, okay, I need to do this different, or I need to change that, or I need to be more blah, blah, blah. Like, you're really kind of not being harsh with yourself, but I think taking a really difficult look at things, being very honest, being very blunt. You're not kind of believing any happy lies about yourself or pretending everything is fine. You also may be coming to a completion point with something. I feel like there's a release that's going to happen. I feel like you're letting go of certain relationships, certain people that are kind of being cleared out of your life. If you've had an old twin flame ex that you still felt really attached to, this could be about those ties kind of like falling off a little bit, and you feeling more aligned with your own energy, or more capable of manifesting a new love instead of focusing on the old one. I feel like you're really kind of releasing a lot this month and letting go of a past version of yourself, as well as stepping much more into your power and getting clear about the things you want. But there could definitely be a lot of love healing happening, and even a new love relationship might come in. Especially, we could be getting a cute water sign. We got the Prince of Cups, so that's a very charming energy. The Knight of Cups, so that could be a male or female, because yeah, it could be a water sign: Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We also got a bunch of Pentacles cards. I'm reading that more as your energy, but if that resonates for you as a new relationship, it could be a earth sign, so a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo coming in for you. But either way, I feel like you guys are really also laying down roots. The Hierophant card is ruled by Taurus, so it's really about creating that solid foundation for yourself. If some of you guys have been traveling a lot, or kind of like, I don't know, not having a super clear living situation, you may be really settling in, or buying a house, or renting an apartment and settling down. There's some energy about you guys kind of having that earth energy of, okay, like, let's get down to business. Let's work hard. I don't want to play any more games. I don't want to do what's fun anymore. Let me do all the hard things. For some of you guys, this could be, I know March is kind of tax season for a lot of Americans, of course, and I think other countries as well. So this could be something around paying taxes, or just looking at your finances with like a fine-tooth comb and seeing what you need to change. But I think you're actually stepping more into your power. So this could be a very financially abundant month for you as well. Let me get some more cards for pile number 4. Archangel Phanuel, hope, optimism, new beginnings. And teacher, learning, a new path. And this one says Archangel Raguel, justice, harmony, solutions. Let's get one more for pile number 4. Wisdom of the Magi, mental clarity. Perfect. So that is, again, another very psychic sign. I feel like you guys really are, and it came out over the Hierophant, I feel like you guys really are developing your psychic intuitions, and that's just a major part of your growth, or possibly your life path, is like stepping into that role of a teacher, a guide. You may be mentoring someone this month. Someone may come to you and ask for help, or if you've been doing tarot, ask you for a tarot reading, ask you for an astrology reading. And it may be really nice for you to get to practice with that, or try it out. If you've been doing tarot or astrology for a while, you might find your platform within that, or any kind of spiritual work, you might find your platform elevated. You might find more eyes on you, more people paying attention to you, or learning from you, or thinking of you just as an authority. I almost feel like you're speaking with more power and potency in your voice than you were before. If you felt nervous, sometimes channeling messages, maybe you're really learning some mastery with that, and really becoming kind of this unstoppable force that no one can, no one could even doubt. Yeah, I feel like this is a really good growth month, to be honest with you. Like, especially when it comes to love, they keep bringing me back to love, and this idea that, especially for those of you guys who haven't had great luck in love, or you felt like you always sabotage relationships, or you're not the best when it comes to that, I feel like you're really going to dive deep within yourself. Maybe even for some of you guys, like signing up for a therapist, or watching YouTube videos about love styles, or, like, I don't know, finding some YouTuber who talks about, I don't know, some kind of love trauma healing, or childhood trauma, or past life trauma, and learning from them and being like, oh my gosh, I totally do that, and let me change this, and let me address this, let me at least be consciously aware, because sometimes just being like conscious of it is half the battle, and really fixes a lot of the problems. Just having your mind activated, and knowing that, you're not always acting fully. All of us aren't necessarily fully acting present in the moment and with the best wisdom at all times, right? We all carry traumas and issues from this lifetime, from past lifetimes, from childhood, from past relationships. So it's okay to kind of interrogate that and remind ourselves that those narratives we create about, like, he hasn't texted me within 10 minutes, he hates me, those things aren't necessarily true, you know, or yeah, like, I don't want to let him get too close to me, he'll reject me, or I'm gonna cling to him and get really close because I don't want to give him the space to reject me. Whatever it is, I feel like you're really learning to interrogate that, and there's so much great forward momentum when it comes to your love life. Let's get some more tarot for pile number 4. What is going to be happening for pile 4 in the month of March, Spirit? What's happening for pile 4 in the month of March? We got the 8 of Wands. Oh, okay. That just kind of flipped out. The Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Wands. A lot of wands. And the 4 of Wands. So many wands. Okay. And the Emperor and the Tower. So there's a lot of power happening this month, and like I said, I think you're stepping into your power. This could also be about you going out more, having fun more, doing things you're really passionate about. Also, the Queen of Wands, you know, or the Wands cards in general, they're not afraid of conflict. They're not afraid to stand up for themselves. A lot of people think wands in tarot, they think of like a magic wand, but actually the wands are basically, I guess, a better word for, you know, in English might be like a staff. So it's actually like a fighting instrument. You know how back in the day they would have, like, I don't know, those duels where they would ride on horses jousting and they would push themselves off the horse with those sticks. I don't think it's the exact same, but I kind of think of it like that. Like, it's a stick you use to fight with. It's not actually just a magic wand, but it can be used as a wand, like in the Magician card pointed towards the sky. But it's got the purpose really primarily of fighting. So all the wands, especially the suits, obviously have mastered that element of fighting, mastered that element of standing up for themselves. They're okay with conflict, which is very true for most of the fire signs I know in my life. Like, they're fine. If you want to fight them, they'll fight you. They have time, you know, they're not gonna run away from a fight. Like an Aries, a Sag, a Leo, they are not gonna back down or be like, oh, you know what, whatever, it's not worth it. Maybe if they're very evolved, they might, but most of the time, you know, wands or fire sign people, they kind of come to this planet with a destiny that may involve some level of conflict, standing up for themselves, having to deal with that from others. That's just something that is very present around them. So for the most part, you know, they're down. They have that energy, they have that feistiness, that fire. They're willing to go for it and fight you if you're being disrespectful or rude. And I feel like for some of you guys, this is about learning to stand up for yourself, speak up, use your voice, that you don't have to tolerate bad treatment. This could be also about developing like an empire. We got the Emperor, so for some of you guys, this could be about, again, those beautiful financial opportunities that may be happening for you in the month of March. Something opening up in your finances, a new opportunity, a new source of income, a new way to be working that may bring in more money, more income for you. I feel like this is really about you kind of taking your power and really stepping into it fully instead of pushing it away or, you know, kind of like compromising yourself for others or trying to go along to get along. This is really about you living your best life and pushing away anything that doesn't resonate with that. This could also be about Wheel of Fortune, you know, again, that kind of movement forward, moving somewhere literally, or thinking about where you want to travel, thinking about where you want to go, thinking about what is next in your life, and really having that kind of optimism and fire that is welcoming in change and is expecting change and is happy to enjoy their life in the meantime with the 4 of Wands. So yeah, I think overall this is a really positive energy for you guys. It could also be about, by the way, final message, but learning to choose your battles, learning to fight selectively or stand up for yourself selectively, but that you don't have to fight everything. And that you can also, you're entitled to have a beautiful life for yourself, that you're entitled to do things that bring you joy, happiness, pleasure. And so don't wait around or don't try to compromise yourself for someone else. So yeah, that is what I have for you, pile 4. I really hope it resonates. If it does, let me know down in the comments. I always love hearing from you guys, your thoughts, your stories, your observations, all that jazz. And make sure to give this reading a thumbs up, hit the like button, and subscribe. And if you would like to see more of my content, head to my Patreon where I post all my additional readings. I just posted a reading all about what is the purpose of this connection. So that's a great one if you want clarity around a love relationship or any kind of relationship at all. And before that, where you'll be in 4 years' time, as well as messages from your inner child. So there's a ton of content over there. You also get early and ad-free and early access to my YouTube videos. They get posted over there first, and access to over 75 exclusive readings you will only see on Patreon. So if that sounds good to you and you want to join, head to the link underneath the timestamps in the comments and the description. And if you would like to get a private session with me, you can at my website, briarrosetarot.com. Whether you want to ask me one specific question and get one part of your life focused on or answered for whatever query you have, or if you want a general channeling to your guides and to get whatever messages want to come through out, you can get that at my website, briarrosetarot.com, and sign up with a session with me. So if that sounds good to you, the link is in my description, briarrosetarot.com. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back again very soon with another reading. Take care, guys. Bye.